right, welcome to Central Missouri Alumni Stories. I'm your host, Cory Bittner. We have a special segment for you this evening. We are at the beautiful 3 Points event space in Kansas City at the MuleNation Alumni Event. We have a wonderful gathering of alumni that are here. We're going to go through our Mule Minute lightning round with a handful of people here. We're going to talk to them about some of their experiences from Warrensburg. So first, we're going to get us kicked off here with our first guest, Cassie Rauscher.
Hi.
All right, Cassie, so to get us started here, why don't you tell me why you went to UCM to begin with? And before you answer, let me back up and let me preface this by saying you have 60 seconds.
Okay.
We don't have a stopwatch, but
Okay.
I'm going to rattle through a few questions here. I just want the first answer off the top of your head.
Okay.
It doesn't need to be super formal. This is for fun.
Got it.
All right?
Yep.
All right, so to get us started, why UCM?
It's an hour away from home and small class size.
Ah, okay, so you liked your small classes.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. What'd you study when you were at UCM?
Child and family development.
Favorite memory from Warrensburg?
Besides Pine Street,
Besides Pine Street.
I would have to say living in the dorms was really fun because I went with friends from high school, and then I met you.
This is my lovely fiance, by the way. We are to be married this October of 2019, so we're excited about that. Good answer, by the way. I like that.
Yes.
What was your first job out of college?
I was a preschool teacher.
And your official degree was in what?
Child and family development.
Child and family development. Preschool teacher. Where did you grow up?
Kansas City.
North Kansas City? All right.
Stuff you know.
North of the river, that's right.
Yes.
So again,
All this he knows.
We're just getting all of this out there for our guests. So last question for you. What is one piece of advice that you would give someone?
To keep trying and to be determined and keep going.
That's good. I like that. Keep trying, stay determined, and keep going. All right. Thank you, Cassie. You did good.
Thanks.
There's no award for participating, but I appreciate your precipitation.
Thanks.
Participation. All right. So next we have
Tiffany Cochran.
Tiffany Cochran.
Yes.
And Tiffany, tell us about your current role.
So I am the director of university events for the Alumni Foundation.
Excellent. And how long have you been with the university?
I started in February, and I actually left a 14-year career because I was heavily recruited by the Alumni Foundation.
Oh, wow.
I was a retail manager, and I was a recruiter for our company. So I was on UCM often recruiting students and providing jobs to those mules and jennies.
Perfect. Well, we're happy to have you.
Well, thanks.
We recently employed at Falcon Wealth Advisors. We recently employed a Warrensburg alumni that you know well.
Yes.
So, all right, so to get us started here, I don't know if you've seen the show yet, the Central Missouri Alumni Stories. Part of that one segment of the show is what I'm calling the Mule Minute.
Okay.
So what I'm asking people is just I'm going to rattle off some questions, what answers off the top of your head. This is just designed to be fun.
Okay, deal.
All right, so first off, why did you choose UCM?
I chose UCM because I had multiple scholarships, and I actually received a scholarship from the Alumni Foundation.
Really?
And I was actually between Southwest, which is now Missouri State, and UCM, CMSU at the time.
CMSU, that's now
whenever
UCM.
I was there. But basically, the scholarships are what made me switch and go all in to UCM.
Excellent. Where did you grow up?
I grew up in northwest Missouri. It's called Maysville, Missouri. It's a very small farm town.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Maysville, Missouri. What did you study in college?
In college, I was a fashion merchandising major.
Okay.
So,
Favorite memory from college?
being with Alpha Sigma Alpha and enjoying a lot of
Pine Street.
the extra activities.
You can say it.
The extra activities.
Excellent.
I was actually the social chair.
Okay, all right,
For
all right.
a while, and I bartended down on Pine Street.
Okay,
So
you checked all the boxes.
Yep, I was all around there.
Excellent, excellent.
Yes.
That's good. Good. And first job out of college?
With the Buckle, the company I just left after 14 years.
Wow, okay, good for
Yep.
you. And then last one, I'm going to throw this one at you. What is one piece of advice that you would give someone?
Live day to the fullest, because time goes by way too fast.
That's
I
right.
have 2 young girls, and every day keeps going faster and faster, and you think time is kind of going by slow in college, but it's going by fast, and you don't even realize it.
That's good. So there's advice. Live life to the fullest. From a former social chair.
That's right.
Now works with the Alumni Foundation. A mother, she does it all.
That's right.
But she lives every day to the fullest.
That's right.
All right, well, thank you.
Yes, thank you, and have fun. Go Mules.
That's right. All right, so our next guest that we're joined by here is Courtney Goddard. She is the Vice President of Engagement?
Of Advancement.
Vice President of Advancement for the Alumni Foundation and the Executive Director for the Foundation.
That's right, Cory.
So we're happy to have you here.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here.
Of course, and I know I've shared with you a little bit about how I've started the Central Missouri Alumni Stories show.
Right.
For people to come on and tell their stories.
Right.
And one of the segments of the show is something called the Mule Minute.
Nice.
And in that Mule Minute is when I'm asking people, firing off some questions just with some answers off the top of their heads.
Great.
So
I'm ready.
So to get started, tell us what your primary responsibility with the foundation is.
Absolutely. So I'm the Vice President of Advancement and the Executive Director of the Alumni Foundation. So that is all things alumni relations, fundraising, reaching out to external organizations, and just kind of raising the profile of the university, and at the same time reaching out to our over 115,000 alums nationwide.
115,000?
Yes.
Sorry to cut you off.
Yes, over 115,000
Oh my
alums
gosh.
in the United States, well, and worldwide. And just trying to connect them back to what's happening at the university. So we do that through a variety of means, but that's kind of what we're all about, is connecting alumni back to the university, and then also raising funds for students and for university needs.
Perfect. So Courtney is the contact with the Alumni Foundation.
Yes,
Now tell
call me.
She's the one. So we are obviously here at this beautiful event space this evening, the 3 Points event space down in the Crossroads.
Yes, downtown Kansas City.
Downtown KC. So tell me a little bit about the MuleNation. What are we trying? What are you and myself as an alumni, as a board director?
Yes.
What is the goal of this event?
So MuleNation is an overarching word and term that references all alumni of UCM all over the world. But our MuleNation chapters, Cory, are city by city. So we want to reinvigorate every city that has UCM alums to have their own chapter. So we would love to have a reinvigorated Kansas City chapter. And Kansas City is very, very specifically important because we have more alums in the Kansas City metro than anywhere else in the world.
How many are there?
Close to 60,000
Holy cow.
alums. So half of all of our alums live in the Kansas City metro.
Wow.
So it's amazing. I mean, so if you are an alum out there and you live and work or either or in the Kansas City metro, you have 60,000 others right here where you live and work.
Exactly.
So we really want to get those, as many of those 60,000 as possible connected to each other and connected back to the university.
Excellent, and that's why I'm doing the show, is to start connecting alumni, to hear people to tell their stories, and for everyone else to realize all the people that are right here amongst us, we just need to connect.
That's right. I mean, and events like this are really helpful, and then we reach out on social media, we reach out via email, we reach out via our newsletters, we reach out via our fundraisers, kind of making appointments with alums just to talk to you and ascertain what's going on in your life. We would love for alums to be hiring UCM grads.
That's right.
We would love for alums to be connecting and networking with each other and just really kind of having that MuleNation community harness its collective strength.
All right, so my last question then, I'm going to throw this one on you.
Okay.
What is one piece of advice that you'd give someone? It doesn't have to be an alumni, it doesn't have to be anyone here. What's one piece of advice you'd give someone?
Just professionally, personally, or?
What's the one most important piece you'd give someone? It could be whatever you want.
I actually really would give the piece of advice that you really do need to be and stay connected.
That's good.
In whatever network you choose. Yeah.
That's good, I like that.
Yeah.
All
Thanks,
right. Well, thanks
Cory.
again, Courtney.
Appreciate it.
Of course,
Thank you
appreciate
very
it.
much.
Thank you. All right, so our next guests are Mike and Rhonda Orndorff. Mike and Rhonda are both alumni from the University of Central Missouri, is that correct?
That's correct.
That's correct. And Mike and Rhonda met in college.
Yes.
We
Met
did,
in
yeah.
college, met in Warrensburg.
Freshman year at a party actually was the first time we met, and then shared a couple of classes. Our first one was an accounting class.
Accounting 1.
Okay.
Accounting 1.
So yeah.
But always met at the extracurricular activities. That's always the way that it goes.
The parties were more exciting, and so
Good. So I shared with you guys how I started the show, Central Missouri Alumni Stories. And what I'm doing when I've been interviewing guests is obviously just asking them to tell their stories. But part of the segment of what we're doing, one of the segments in the show is called the Mule Minute.
yes.
Okay.
And my first guest also she said that we should call it the Mule Minute and the Jenny Jam, which I like.
Yes.
So that's
Yeah.
good too. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to fire a couple questions at each of
Okay.
you guys. Just to give you the first,
I'll let you go first.
whatever pops into your head.
Okay.
It doesn't have to be too thoroughly thought out. It's
Okay,
supposed
you're
to be
gonna
for
hold
fun.
it. Okay.
I'll
Yeah.
just hold it.
The mic. Perfect. So, Rhonda, we're going to start with you.
Okay.
Where did you grow up?
Eldon, Missouri.
Eldon, Missouri. Why did you choose UCM?
I had been to band camp there, and I had an aunt that lived in the area, and I had a sister there too.
Excellent. And Mike, where did you grow up?
So I grew up in St. Charles, Missouri.
Okay,
so
St.
other
Charles.
side, the other side of the state. So.
Why
And,
UCM?
and why UCM? So I visited and basically fell in love with the campus, and they had a great business program, and it was a great state.
Excellent. And Mike, you first now. How about, what was your favorite memory from Warrensburg?
Oh, favorite memory. The favorite memory would have to be basically all the social activities. We were both involved in Delta Sigma Pi business fraternity, and we had a number of great meetings, but we also had some great social events, and just getting together with everybody and spending time with them and talking with them and having a great time. So that's probably a favorite memory.
Excellent. Rhonda, how about you?
I would second that, the parties. Yeah.
I appreciate the honesty. I hear you there.
But it was good as well. I mean, the other thing that I remember is that the faculty members were actively involved with the students, so it was a great time. I mean, I remember Charlie Kuhn inviting us over to his house, and Baird Brock, I just had a chance to see him in the last couple of months, and he was an econ professor down there, and he was fantastic as well. Mark Karsick was another faculty advisor as well, and we just, the support of the faculty members of the students, they were not only our teachers, but they were involved, with socially and doing things and community projects, and I think that's what I really fell in love with the university is that the faculty members were accessible to the students, and they were our mentors as well. So
Yes.
I second that. Yeah, no,
yes.
I'm right there with you. All right, so then Rhonda, I'm going to ask you this next question. First job out of college.
I was a sales manager at Macy's.
Okay. How about you?
And I was an auditor with Pricewaterhouse in Kansas City.
Okay, so you're accounting.
I was an accounting major, and then did that for 4 years and decided that's not what I wanted to do for the rest of my life, and moved on to other things.
Other things. So, is that
Yes, I was a double major in marketing and management.
Okay, excellent. All right, and then last question that I have for you guys, I'm going to throw this one at you. And Rhonda, we'll start with you. What is one piece of advice that you would give someone? Does it personal, professional, someone going into college, someone after? What's one piece of advice that you would share?
I think get involved. That's get involved, and that's where you really get to know the faculty, and you get to know the other students.
Absolutely.
So get involved as much as you can.
Mike, what about you?
Yeah, and I would just use a different word and say look for opportunities to participate, and it's the friendships that you make that are lasting, and those are the memories that you're going to remember after you're out of school for a while. And so get involved. Participate in as much as you can, and
be opportunistic.
And be opportunistic, right? Exactly. Yeah,
excellent.
Perfect.
Well, thank you guys.
Yeah.
I appreciate you guys joining me. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
All right, so our next guest is Nikki Buzak.
Yes.
Did I get that right?
Nikki Buzak, yep.
Nikki Buzak, all right. Nikki, so we talked about the Central Missouri Alumni Stories show that I've just started here recently in the segment called the Mule Minute and the Jenny Jam. That's it, Mule Minute, Jenny Jam.
I like that.
So we have around 60 questions. I'm just going to fire some of them off at you. Just want the first answer off the top of your head.
Okay.
Something we're kind of doing here at the alumni event this evening to get more people, comfortable with the show, learning about what we're trying to do and getting it out there.
Awesome.
All right, are you ready?
I'm nervous, but I'm ready.
All right, you can handle it. All right, first question. Where did you grow up?
I grew up in Ozark, Missouri, down by Springfield, Branson.
Okay. Why did you go to UCM?
UCM, it was close enough that my mom could visit, but far enough to where she'd have to call before she came.
That's good.
2 hours away.
That's a good choice.
And I
good
could
decision.
dance on a scholarship.
Okay, all right, good. And what did you study?
Came in an accounting major, quickly found out I am not an accounting major, and finished with a public relations degree.
Okay, all right. Why PR?
I sat in the first class and thought, oh my goodness, this makes sense to me. It's like I'm not working at all. And it just went on for there.
And here you are.
Yeah.
First job out of college?
First job, I was the director of programs at a company called P1 Learning.
Okay. And last question, what is one piece of advice that you'd give someone? It doesn't have to be an alumni, someone going off to college, just what's one important piece of advice that you like to give people?
Important piece of advice, the most important is look people in the eye when you talk to them.
Okay, that's good. That's good advice. You're doing it right now. You're doing a great job. That's
and it
good.
captivates them.
That's right. All right. Well, Nikki, well, thank you. You did a great job. Thanks for joining me.
Yes.
All right, so our next guest is Adriana Vivas.
Yes.
Adriana, thanks for joining me here this evening.
No problem. This is fun.
Absolutely. So I know I've shared with you about how we're doing the Central Missouri Alumni Stories Show.
Love it.
I
That's
appreciate you
great.
coming on here to talk. One segment of the show is called the Mule Minute or the Jenny Jam.
Heyo.
And in that, I'm just going to fire off some questions at you in about 60 seconds, so I don't have a stopwatch. But I just want your first answer, whatever comes to the top of your head. And I'm going to ask a few questions about your experience as a student and an alumni.
Sounds good to me.
All right, you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, so to get us started, where did you grow up?
I grew up right here in Kansas City, Missouri.
You did? Okay.
Yes.
Why did you choose UCM?
So I chose UCM because it was far enough away from home for me, but I still felt like I was at home. The campus size is small, but it's homey. So you're not walking, 10 miles across campus, and I love that I can walk across campus and I see somebody I know.
Yep, absolutely. I totally agree. My experience was the same way. What did you study when you were at UCM?
Public relations.
Public relations.
Yes.
So, public relations too. It's like we all flock together.
We all do.
It's funny how that works.
Yeah.
Okay, and first job out of college.
I'm actually in grad school right now.
Oh, you are?
Yes,
Okay.
So I'm pursuing a master's in communication right now.
Okay. All right. And well, then in that case, what's your dream job?
Oh, dream job. Definitely being a creative director for a nonprofit. That is 100% my dream job. I didn't know that that's what I wanted to do starting out in college, but then the PR program kind of focused me more in the nonprofit sector.
Excellent. Okay, good. And then lastly, what's one piece of advice you'd give someone?
Start building your resume now, and because if you're not as professional as the person next to you, they're going to take your job.
That's right.
Yeah.
So get started now.
Get started
Today.
now.
This
Yes.
is the moment.
This is the moment.
Excellent. Adriana, well, thank you so much.
Thank you so
It was a
much,
pleasure.
Cory.
Thank
Yeah.
you.